We're about to caramel deep dive into Rick Astley, from 80s pop culture icon to internet legend, the untold story behind Never Gonna Give You Up, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
So stay tuned for an engaging nostalgic conversation with Melissa Rodway right here in the Retro Orchard, where she'll give her keen insight and perspective on the topic of that day. But before all that,
Quick question. What does a choir in small town England, an 80s pop hit factory, and one of the biggest internet pranks of all time have in common?
one man.
And here's the crazy part. We're talking. I'm just kidding. He walked away from global fame at 27 before the internet even existed.
Wow, jaw-dropping.
Yes.
And then the internet brought him back.
Thank goodness. Today we're breaking down how Rick Astley went from 80s pop superstar to forgotten radio nostalgia to the face of a billion-view meme, and somehow came out of it way more respected than ever.
Oh, yeah. And trust us, the part about how he was discovered is not what you think.
Let's rewind to 1987, my favorite year. Welcome back to the Retro Orchard, where we rewind time and relive the stories behind the icons who shaped pop culture. Today, we're talking about a man whose voice defined 1987, one of my favorite years, and whose song defined the internet. We're diving into the life of Rick Astley.
So, Archer Archivers, you know the Carmel drill. Subscribe, say hello on one or all of the socials, and be sure to revisit RetroTrekwithTheCaramelApples.com to fuel us with a caffeine boost. Thanks a latte. So, Rick Astley.
Yes.
Yeah, the only man in history who accidentally became the king of the internet without even trying. Like, what? That's mind-blowing.
Exactly. And before memes were even a thing.
Yeah, and let's be real. Never Gonna Give You Up is one of those songs that you hear for 2 seconds and immediately you're transported.
Hashtag facts.
Roller rinks, cassette tapes, like you said, 1987, man. Like, oh my God, MTV, big hair, neon, everything.
I so miss that. Coop is pure late 80s energy.
Yeah.
Well, he was rock and roll in there. Woo! But just listening to that like it does. Coop just said that. It easily transports you. You are back in 1987 because that voice.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about talent.
Yeah. That's back when it mattered, right? Like you literally had to be able to sound like something on your own. And he did.
Man, his voice, though. His voice was one of those. I mean, like, okay, you're a dumb Gen X teenager, you're at the pool or whatever. You're at the mall with your buddies, your girl squad.
Okay.
And it's just, I don't know, talk about nostalgia with a capital N. This is what this is. Rick Astley is that for us.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning back in the day, you would have whatever various yummy snack you wanted. Your girl squad, and then this would be on repeat on any radio station on Top 40 Countdown. You know, you make sure you had your mixtape so you could get it on there. And
Oh, I am excited that we are doing this
oh
this
yeah,
week.
oh yeah, love it to pieces.
But Rick Astley's story is actually deeper than just one viral hit.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because it is way deeper.
Mm-hmm.
There's the choir roots, the factory pop machine, working away from fame.
What's the matter with you?
Walking away from fame at 27, and then being resurrected by the internet 20 years later.
This is a redemption arc nobody saw coming.
Yeah.
So Rick Astley was born February 6, 1966 in Newton-le-Willows, Lancashire, England.
Yeah. So, very working class upbringing. Not
Mm-hmm.
surprised by that.
Right, right.
So, not flashy, not glamorous, just a small town in England.
And his parents separated when he was 5 and was raised primarily by his father. So that's an interesting little bit of his early history there.
Yeah. Just, because generally children are raised with their moms a lot of times. And maybe I shouldn't even say that because we don't know how many of you fathers are out there doing this job of raising children by themselves. But I think more often than not, mommies are still with the children. But anyway.
Hmm?
In English, always says mum.
Mom, yes.
They're mummy.
And it's so cool because this gives him a different view of life,
Mm-hmm.
being raised by just his father. And the music was the escape. So he sang in choirs growing up. And how would he not? I mean, that voice, right? And that's really where that deep, soulful baritone started developing.
We are so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is wild because when people first heard him on the radio in 1987, us included, they assumed he was an older soul singer. I mean, he had soul.
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody expected a 21-year-old redheaded British guy with a trench coat and a baby face.
I love
Yeah,
that. I love everything about that.
I know. And this is before, you could really like use AI or anything like that. So it's like that he was the real deal, right? He was the real McCoy. There was no
Right.
faking it. He was the guy.
Before he was a pop star, he was actually the drummer in a local band called the FBI.
Which I love because it shows he wasn't manufactured from scratch, right? He was a
Right.
musician first. He already had that in him, that love of music, which is important.
Yes,
And he paid his dues.
exactly. And that local band is what changed everything. But while performing with the FBI, Rick caught the attention of producer Pete Waterman. That led him to audition for the legendary production trio Stock Aitken Waterman.
So if you were making pop hits in the UK in the 80s, these were the guys.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the pop assembly line of the decade.
As Coop usually says, it works back then. So these guys signed Rick in 1985, but here's something fascinating. They didn't release him immediately.
Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 2 years of development.
Vocal coaching, media training, dance lessons, Image refinement.
which was very 80s. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole process.
Look at someone like Madonna, right? Like, she wasn't that in her real life, but when she first got started, but when she came onto the scene, that bubblegum pop sound and like the way she dressed and everything, she didn't dress like that in real life, but that became her claim to fame. So pop stars, they were polished products back then.
Then in July 1987, everything changed.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you down. Okay, Rick needs to keep his job because we are killing it.
What's the matter with you?
That's right.
Not in a good way.
But thankfully, in July of 1987, this song hit the scene.
Yes. It hits number one in 25 countries.
25. That's not a hit. That's a global domination.
It sure was. It tops the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States.
And wins Best British Single at the 1988 Brit Awards.
The debut album, Whenever You Need Somebody, sold over 15 million copies worldwide.
That's insane for a debut, especially pre-streaming.
That's right. That's right. Those are some real numbers. Yeah, because now things are a little hanky. I think people can kind of move the levers the way they need to, but
Right.
yeah, this is authentic, more authentic, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Together Forever. We already
Yeah,
sampled
but
that.
two pass.
1988 was in the US a #1 hit.
He's cute too.
He was, wasn't he? Okay, so that chorus is pure serotonin. And he was easy on the eyes, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was definitely easy on the eyes.
Red hair. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, different. Soldier. We're kids, right? It's like, yeah, you're looking at all kinds of stuff.
That's right.
Whenever You Need Somebody was also in 1987. So classic dance pop. She Wants to Dance with Me in 1988.
Yeah, this one's important because I think he wrote it all himself.
Oh, which proves he wasn't just a puppet of producers. He had creative instincts. Cry for Help was in 1991.
Man, this was a great era.
Mm-hmm.
A shift in tone though, more mature. This song, Cry for Help, and more emotional.
Yeah. You can hear the soul influence in that one. And by 1989, Rick had sold over 40 million records worldwide.
See, that ain't no small prize.
Yeah. But here's the part people forget. He was only 23.
And that kind of fame, that young, it can be overwhelming.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In 1993, at just 27 years old, Rick stepped away from mainstream pop stardom.
No, 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 no! No, please! No!
So let's briefly stop for a moment. That's bold.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Most artists chase fame forever.
It looked like he wanted to focus on family life, especially raising his daughters. So that's a pretty noble reason to kind of give yourself a break, a sabbatical, if you will.
Absolutely. He made some money and now he has a lot more free time to be with his daughter. So, yay, good choice, Papa. Good job. And he said in interviews he wasn't comfortable with the manufactured pop star image.
Hmm?
I bet it was a bit overwhelming because it was so big so fast.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can
it's
see
kind
that.
of like a machine, you get sucked in.
Yeah, and you probably automatically feel like my life is not my own anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be surreal.
Yeah. Exciting, but at the same time very much maybe suffocating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you're kind of humble anyway. He seemed like he was a humble guy.
He does. Yes, he did.
Some people are vapid. These
Mm.
celebrities, back then too, but like it's real bad now, and they
Oh
ain't even
yeah.
talented.
What's the matter with you?
Uh, but he did have pipes. He did have presence, and he's like, maybe not right now. I need to catch my breath.
And that's cool that he was aware enough of himself to realize this might be a good time to step away.
Yeah, and to reconfirm that, he wanted authenticity, privacy, and normalcy.
Not too much to ask, which honestly makes him later come back even more meaningful, truthfully.
That's right. So fast forward to 2007. Users on 4chan, is that 4chan?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe it's Fortune. Just play on it. I don't
Oh,
know.
is it?
Maybe.
Okay, so with our Gen X self and Coop's Gen X self, um, bear with us. So users on 4chan or Fortune begin bait and switch linking people to the music video for Never Gonna Give You Up. Okay. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Yeah, make us understand, Rick.
As only he can.
That's all right. We're waiting.
So here you go. Henceforth, Rick Rolling is born.
And instead of being embarrassed,
He leaned into it.
he did. He even surprised crowds at the 2008 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, performing it live.
Wow. And what's beautiful is that younger generations discovered him through a meme.
Good grief. And in 2021, the music video surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube.
That's generational staying power, if we do say so ourselves.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But Rick hasn't pursued major acting roles, but he's appeared as himself in TV specials, comedy programs, and music documentaries.
And he's always self aware. He gets the joke.
That's a refreshing undertaking. People
Yeah.
don't get jokes, do they?
Yeah, you could take yourself a little too seriously, and it's like, come on, just laugh. No big deal. Not that serious.
So we can't run a hammer on this again because he was a phenomenon. It's that
Hmm.
humility that made him even more beloved.
That's it.
So now in 2016, he released 50. It debuted at number one in the UK.
So, almost 30 years after his debut. That is wild.
That is crazy wild. That's buck wild. He wrote and produced much of it himself.
Which feels like a full circle moment, don't you think?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because he toured internationally since UK arena tours, European festivals, nostalgic tours. In 2023, he performed at Glastonbury and even did viral covers of The Smiths, another cool English band.
Yeah, that is one of your favorites, isn't it?
I'm not super familiar with them, but I like them because they put them in Bumblebee. They had a couple of their songs in
Oh,
Bumblebee. Yeah,
that's right. I knew you had talked about him. That is where it was. Okay, cool. And that performance showed he's not just nostalgia. He's still musically relevant.
that's right. Today, Rick lives in England with his wife, Lene Basalgar, whom he married in 2003.
Wow, so they've been together for a minute.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So his step away, like he did, he was able to really hone in on who he was as a person, what he wanted in life, who he wanted in his life.
Yeah.
Cool. And he maintained a relatively private life. Bravo.
That's right. She wasn't letting go of that voice. She's like, he is mine, people. Take notice. I don't blame her, man. Could you imagine that guy crooning for you?
I was
Wow.
gonna say, yeah, he could probably serenade her at any time, and she'd be like, "Yes, more, please, thank you."
That's right. And he continues touring, recording, and engaging with fans across all generations.
And honestly, he seems happier now than during the peak of the '80s fame.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rick Astley's story is fascinating because it's not just about a hit song. It's about surviving the machine, you know, walking away on your own terms, which we totally applaud that,
We do.
and
Mm-hmm.
reinventing yourself when the time came. Like he's still alive and he still has the love of music.
That's right.
And embracing a meme that could have defined you negatively. So,
Yeah, that's right. He just rolled with the punches.
yep.
And instead, it made him immortal. So from church choirs in Lancashire to topping charts worldwide to becoming the soundtrack of internet culture, Rick Astley never gave us up.
And somehow, 40 years later, we're still not letting him down.
Love that.